Hey everyone, Birdman here with some strategies on how to complete the Macrocosm encounter in Destiny 2's Pantheon Gauntlet. This encounter is really going to test your team's ability to make solid callouts and be able to move around these different planets in the room so that you're able to get to damage phase. Now, let's first talk about how this room is set up so you know exactly where you need to be standing for your specific job. You're going to split up into two teams of 3 and have one member each stand on the side plates while having the last person stand in the middle doing ad clear. The way you're going to be able to start moving these planets around is first by taking out the Cabal Centaurian that's going to be spawning on that back plate. Once you've taken down the Centaurian, you're going to have a Cabal Colossus spawn on your plate. Now, the original version of this had a more yellow minor health bar Colossus spawn, but now it's going to be a full-on bright yellow 3-barred Colossus, and so you're really going to have to use something like a special weapon or your heavy to take it down really quick. Another new addition is the fact that a random plate is going to have a large fire tornado spawn on it that will almost instantly take you out if you touch it. So if you are on the plates, make sure you're constantly keeping yourself aware of that flame tornado, because again, it will completely knock you out instantly and likely cause your team to wipe. Once you do that, you're going to get an insight on the planets that are on your plate, essentially letting you know which one is the odd one out. They're either going to glow in darkness or glow in light. So if 2 of them are glowing dark and the last one is light, that means you need to pick the light one and swap that position with the plate that is horizontal from you. Credit to Fallout Plays for creating a really solid infographic concept for us to go off of. So that means essentially the 2 bottom plates are going to swap with each other and the 2 that are up on the top are going to swap with one another. Now, these aren't going to be the same on every plate, so you need to make the right call out. And the best way I think to do that is do left, middle, and right on each plate. That is probably the most simple way to do it, since essentially each plate is going to have a mirrored left, middle, and right on it. So let's say I pick the one that is in the middle and my teammate picks the one on the right. I'm going to run over and put mine on the right plate, and my teammate is going to come over and put it on my middle plate. Now, if everyone has done this right for all 4 plates, it is going to align itself, and then a Tormentor is going to spawn, which is a new part of this entire encounter. I personally don't believe you really need to deal with the Tormentor. It's pretty much just going to walk around and just throw some stuff at you. So if your team that is doing ad clear is at least able to take care of the regular Cabal, it really shouldn't be too big of an issue for you. Your last step before damage phase is essentially getting those planets aligned on the 3 center plates that you're going to be doing damage from. It's completely just rinse and repeat, killing the Centaurians again, and then taking down the Colossuses on your respective plate so that you're able to get the insight to see exactly what color the planets are on those center 3 plates. So let's say 2 of them are going to be dark planets and 1 of them is a light. You're going to have 2 of those dark plate members on the side put their planets in the center, and 1 of the light plate members put theirs in the center as well. Now, do know you have to essentially do them one after the other for the damage phase. So let's say it is, again, 2 lights and 1 dark. You're going to start on a light plate and then eventually move to a dark plate and then finally end on another light plate. You'll know it's ready because the boss will jump down into this middle area and the plates will start to glow. So you'll just start on the first plate, jump on it, and then start doing damage from there. Really good practice is having a Warlock drop a well in the center area so that you're able to essentially just run back and forth, hit the plate real quick, get the buff, and then begin damage again. Now, the boss will have that little part of its health bar that's going to glow a little bit lighter yellow, essentially letting you know how much damage you can give per plate before he's going to wipe himself, forcing you to move to a different plate. Essentially, again, it's best to just do as much damage as humanly possible per plate so that you're able to do over the damage of that small yellow light bar. Now, let's talk real quick about some weapons and gear you should be bringing into this encounter to get the best possible DPS and ad clear. First off, your primary weapon should pretty much just be anything that's ad clear, so I recommend something like a Sunshot for that. And if you're looking to take down those Cabal Colossuses, maybe something like a fusion rifle could really benefit you here. Rocket launchers and grenade launchers are going to be probably the best possible option for boss damage, while also using your super as much as humanly possible. Now, for hunters, for your exotics, I recommend something like a Celestial Nighthawk or Star Eater Scales to take best advantage out of your super. For warlocks, Apotheosis Veil or Phoenix Protocol to get the most out of your well. And for titans, Pyro Gauntlets for those huge ignition damage, or Ursa Furiosa to help benefit your team's overall damage. It's essentially going to be rinse and repeat until you get it down to that final last stand part of its health bar, where you're just going to do as much damage as humanly possible during that time. But no, he's going to be constantly throwing out those fire tornadoes, so make sure you're standing inside of a well of radiance at this time so that you don't get instantly taken down. If you do it within the bonus time, you'll be rewarded that platinum reward adept weapon, as well as your spoils of conquest and a raid weapon and piece of armor. Make sure you check in the description down below for all the other encounters in Destiny 2's Pantheon Gauntlet. And for all your Destiny 2 tips, keep it here on IGN.